are you a content creator, small business owner, social media manager? Do you create a lot of content on Canva? Then this video is for you. Because especially if you've been thinking whether you want to get Canva Pro or Canva Free is enough, then yes, I have a different video on Canva Free versus Pro. But in this video, I want to share with you the top features that I use a lot and the ones that save me the most amount of time. Because my mission is to get content created, optimized, generated, all of that in the least possible amount of time. So I want to share with you the features that I love the most, how it helps me. I'll take you through them. I'll walk you through exactly why it saves me so much time and what horror of horrors I would do if I did not have Canva Free, or what you can do if you don't have Canva Pro. So go through this with me and see if Canva Pro makes sense to you because of the amount of time it can save you. If you don't have Canva Pro, just go to canva.com, sign up for a free trial. I have an affiliate link in the description. Also, you can sign up with that, which will help me if you buy Canva later, but you don't have to, of course. Just go ahead and sign up and walk through with me on the features that save me the most amount of time. Okay. Let's start with my favorite feature, the background remover tool. So if I just click on this and I click on background remover, it just gets rid of it in one click. Now, Canva launched the background remover in their Canva Pro version quite some time back. I think it's been at least a couple of years. But in the beginning, it was not so polished. It was not so great. But over the time, over the last few years, they have really made this tool so precise and so intuitive that no matter what kind of image you add in, the background remover can just do it in one click. Like in the beginning, I was not so satisfied. I had to make, clean out a little bit here and there, manually zoom in. I had to do a little bit of work on it. But now it's not required anymore. Now it's just you click on it and you click on background remover and it's gone. And it's near precise. Like there are very few things that you will really have to work on it yourself. It's so intuitive. So you don't need Photoshop or anything like that. Okay, so that's the background remover tool. One of my second favorite features is a magic grab tool. So what it does is it removes the foreground from the background. Now, listen to this carefully. So the background remover gets rid of the whole background, but the magic grab tool takes the foreground and the background and makes them two separate images. It does not delete the background. It does not remove the background like the background remover tool. It just separates it, which is fantastic because if you want to do some effects on the background, but not on the foreground, then you can just separate it, do your effect, and put the one on top back, right? And you can use it for so many different things as well. So let me show you a couple of examples. So let's see, okay, now I remove the background of this image. Now let's say I have this image. Okay, now I want to remove this guy from the background and I want to put him over here as if he's looking out of the window. So essentially I want to keep the image the same, but I want to change the person. So what I do is I just go here, I go to back, sorry, it's not the right one. I go to edit and I go to magic grab right here, right? And you have two options. You have the brush and you have the click. So I usually prefer the click version because the brush you can do it for really small things that you want to remove. But the click one is also super intuitive. So you just click on it. Now it has selected the whole person. It's very smart that way, this AI tools. And you just click on grab. Once you click on grab, it will separate the foreground from the background. And we will see that in 1 second. Okay, now you see it has separated the foreground from the background. Now, granted, this place is not exactly perfect, so you can do a couple of times to get the result you want. But sometimes this is really enough. And in this case, also, we will see it's enough because I'm going to make another page and I'm going to take this background. I'm going to put it here and I'm going to take this person. And I'm going to put him here. And then I'm going to put it to him here. And if you just adjust the background a little bit, so if you just do a little bit of adjustment here, like I want to increase the brightness a little bit, put this person down a little bit more, and it's not even noticeable. It's just like this image was shot from scratch, right? So that is super helpful in doing that. What you can also do is because this and this are now in two different layers, you can actually put some element between it. Okay, so I'm going to take something simple. Look out the window, right? If I just take this, reduce the line spacing, make it really big, and now I can put this text here, right? So you can do so many different effects because now you have your same object separated into multiple layers. You can also separate out something else in the same object, and then it'll be like the same image is done, but you have different ways to play around with it and create the designs that you like. So this is one of my absolute favorite tools. I was not using it a lot before, but now it's a perfect way to cut out an image. I have separate tutorials on this as well, so I will put that in the description. You can check those out. But yeah, this is a fantastic tool for me. Okay, my number 3 tool is of Canva Pro. That is a feature, it's just a brand kit feature. That is super amazing. Because again, when Canva first started and it had Canva Pro, it had a few things like it had, okay, you could put more colors in the brand kit instead of one, less number of colors. You can put a brand font. All of these were possible. You could upload your fonts. But now they have expanded the brand kit to so much more possibilities that it is so easy to create like beautiful designs, but then just in the click of a button. Let's see how. So I have this image. Okay, this should be, I got 2024, it should be 25, but never mind. Now, let's say I want to click, apply this for, now it's bothering me. Now I need to find the number 5. Declaration. I found a 5. I want a vector 5. This is vector. Yes. So I'm just going to replace it because that's just me. I just realized it was like I got this image before, but I just realized it is. I'm going to remove the red color. Okay. That's the same color theme. Okay, perfect. Now we have 2025. Now let's say I want to replace this in my brand colors, which is purple, right? So what I do is you just go to elements, go to design, see, then you go to styles, and here you have the brand kits. I have multiple brand kits here depending on my clients and my own, and here you can just apply the brand kit. So and I have multiple color palettes. So if you see here, I have a primary set, I have a secondary set, I have a secondary set 2, then you have fonts. I have uploaded my own fonts. I've uploaded my fonts. I don't remember. But I have my own brand fonts. Then you have brand voice, which I haven't used so much yet. Then you have photos. So these are my custom photos. I don't have any graphics here, but I have icons. So for example, this is my logo icon, but you can upload your own graphics and collection of icons and everything over here. So now I have different brand color palettes. So now I'm going to see which one I want to apply. So let's say I want to apply this one. That is a brand colors secondary set, whatever. But yeah, it's okay. But I want to keep trying till I get something that I like. So let's see. I'm still figuring out. Maybe I'll keep the black one. Maybe I'll keep this one. This one is also nice. I can choose a different one as well, but this is mostly gray, so I'm going to go back to this one. Okay, I think the black one is okay. Actually, I prefer the black one over the white one. Sorry, I'm a bit of a perfectionist like that. Yeah, I think I'll go with the black one, but not this black one, the other black one. Actually, this is also okay. Okay, let's go with this one. So now I have this, right? But now my fonts and everything are not my fonts. These are all different fonts. This is open source and that's not my font. So I can just click on this. Click on brand fonts. See, the color is the same, the size is the same, it just replaces the font. Then I can actually go to my brand section over here, and let's say I want to apply my logo or my icon. So I can apply this, my community ambassador icon. I can just put it somewhere here if I want, or not, or I can apply my logo. And I can remove the background. I didn't upload the one with the black, transparent background, but here you go. So I can also put this as a part of the image, right? And that's how it is to have some pre-stored elements on the left, and you just click on brand and you apply whatever it is that you need, your style, your icons, your graphics, your images. Imagine if you had to convert all the, this is the one that I did before. It's also cool. When I was trying them out, I was doing that before. So I'm going to go to designs, and so imagine if you had to create all of this from scratch. That is just impossible. And also in the Canva free version, I think you can upload only 3 colors in a brand kit. So you would not get this kind of an effect. It would be a little bit flat because you're limited in the number of colors. Whereas in the brand kit, in the pro version, it is unlimited. So the more colors you apply, the more contrast you get in your images. And you can also have like different color palettes, and you apply the different color palettes to different designs. So, and then the pro version, you only have 3. So the brand kit is a super, super useful tool to have, especially if you want to create a lot of content for your brand super quick, like for your social media and for your website, etc. Saves a lot of time, trust me. The one then that saves time as well is the Magic Resize. This is a tool that I use at least every day, at least like 3 times. Because here what you can basically do, as you might know, is that you just resize the image. Let's say I want to resize this in different formats to post on different social media. Now, one good thing is you might have a big, huge file, but you can only resize one particular page if you want. So let's say I want to resize page 4 and I want to do it a little bit more vertical format. So then I don't want all pages. I want to do it only for page 4. Done. And then it's copy and resize. Why is this not highlighted? Because all your pages are not being resized. If you did all pages, then you would also see this option, because then all the content on this page would be resized to a different size. But I just want page 4. So I'm going to remove all of that. Keep this. 880 by 1200, copy and resize. 880 by 1200. Okay. Now it has got all the elements. You just have to remove them or to move them around a little bit, and your design is done. Let's see, I want to keep all of this like this. I want to move this in the corner, move this a little bit up, cut this out, put this down, and that's done, right? But imagine if you did not have resize, and you would have to create the page 880 by 1200, then you would have to take all your elements from the previous design, put it in the new design, and then recreate it and move them all around. That would take you at least half an hour, right? But with resize, it's just like one click, which is my favorite. Like it's super, super helpful and saves me so much time. The next feature we will look at is called Magic Expand. So sometimes it may happen that you have a short image, but you are not satisfied. Like it's not enough. Like you want a little bit more dimension to it, a little bit more depth. You want it to be a little bit bigger so you can put it nicely in your design. So let's say I have an image like this, right? And I want to put it in, and I want it to cover the whole page, and then I want to write Happy New Year over here. I really like this image, and I want to put, let's say, Happy New Year. And I'm going to say, like this one, for example. Okay, let's say I want something like this, but I want, okay, but I want it to be here, and I want this image to cover the whole thing, but I don't want to make it so big. I like the flowers like in the size that they are. So what do? This is where the Magic Expand tool comes in. It essentially expands your image. So Here, all you have to do is go to edit. I want more green area. I want the flowers to be the size. And then you go to Magic Expand and you say whether you want freeform, like how big you want the image, whole page, or one-on-one. Let's say in this case, I want whole page. So I just click on that and I expand. And now the AI tool is making your image bigger. So see, now the image has stayed the same, but the flower size has stayed the same, but the image has been expanded. So I'm going to look at various options and see which one I like. This one looks nice. So here there is some text of some, it's a little bit blurry over here. Let's see what is the option here. This one, the gray one, maybe not. This one doesn't look so great. It's not perfect, the tool. Of course, I will give you that. It is not perfect, but it can get a lot perfect. Let's say like this one for me is almost okay. And then what you can also do, first you can generate new results if you want, or you can also take that image and if I say done, for example, now I can take the image and make it a little bit bigger. So I cut out the imperfections over here. Let's say I do it like that. And now you would never know that this image was not shot like that because it gets a lot of the background. Again, there will be some imperfections, maybe depending on your image, but you still, can go from, this is the one that I did before. I generated it, but like this one can be erased. I will show you that now later. So, yeah. So you can pretty much get a very natural looking, smooth looking image. You can also use DreamLab, by the way, to generate images from text. That's a different video I did. I will put that link in the description as well. But yeah, you can use a ton of Canva apps and AI apps to generate the kind of designs that you want. Okay, so that was my Magic Expand. Now, one very nice one that I like is Magic Eraser. And that brings me to this one, which is, let's say I have this image, but I don't like this part. So I'm going to erase it. So I'm going to go here, go to Magic Erase. I'm going to take my brush and select it. So remember the Magic Grab, we just did one click. And here we can do one click, but it probably will not select all of it because it's not the same thing. Let's try. Click, huh? Now it's selected this, deselect, I'm going to deselect everything. And if I do click here, it does get it, but sometimes it may not get it. So you can also use the brush to add on the little bit extra that you want to be removed. And then you just do erase. What the eraser tool does is that it erases the object and it kind of puts the background over there so it doesn't look like something was cut out. It doesn't, so if you don't have a white blob and white patch over there, you have the background and you have, the image removed and it looks like perfectly smooth, like nothing was ever there. So this is very helpful when you like like you have an image and you like almost a lot of it, but just a little bit, you just want to cut out, right? Or you want to make it look nicer. See, like in this, it completely removed it. Right? So you wouldn't even know that that was there. So, okay, we keep that. Now I'll show you another example where I used it as well, which is, let's say in this one. Okay. Let me do it in this one. So here it already cut out. Okay. I'm going to add an image here. I'm going to add my original image so you see. Okay, this one. Now, if I zoom in, you will see that there is some construction or some bars over here in the window, and I don't want that. So let's say I go here, and you go edit and Magic Eraser, and you select that whole part. Let's see with a click, may not do it so well here. I think it might select the whole background. So we're just going to, I'm going to deselect it. So in this case, the click doesn't work, but the brush will work. So now I take that. And I erase. So now the background should naturally flow. So, but let's see how well it does it. Almost like it was never there, right? That is super, super awesome. So these are all AI tools. And again, when Canva first started with these, they were not perfect. They were not even that great. But now, since I have been using them and I see every time that it just gets better and better, I'm almost not using Photoshop anymore for these things. Of course, let's be clear. You cannot replace Canva, Photoshop with Canva. Photoshop can do a ton of other things. But for these basic small things, you and I, as regular designers for creating content and creating, social media posts and website images and website content and blog images, don't really need Photoshop that much. We can do a ton of them in Canva, especially with this new AI tools. And it saves so much time, right? Okay. Because even in Photoshop, it would take more time. You would have to select them and then, stamp them out, and it takes longer. Okay. So that was my magic eraser. Now I will look at one, which is, again, I'm getting quite excited about this one, which is replace across designs. So now I have, let's say, this image, and I have used this image in some places in my portfolio, in my set of designs. But now I want to change this a little bit. Say I want to change the colors of this completely and make it red, for example. So I can go here and I can choose an app like Colorify, which will basically recolor the whole image for me. So let me just click on Colorify. Let's say Colorify and replace. And now it's all like reddish and it has this nice hue in the background. I can adjust this a little bit. A little bit cooler. I think it's a little bit different. It's a little brighter. And let's say now I want to use this image instead of the one that I had. Now I want to replace this image, my new image, in the images that I have across my designs. So I go to folders and then I go to images and I see I have this one, which is my avatar. This has been used in a few designs. Now I want to replace all the images used in those designs with my new image that I created. And you can just click on it, there's 3 dots, and do replace across designs. And then it will show you which designs you have, which you have used the image in. So you just select all and you continue. And then they ask you, which image do you want to replace it with? So we created this new image. And now it gives you a little bit of a preview. And then you can say replace in 4 designs. And now it says we have replaced your image in all the designs. So if I just open it, now it's a new one instead of what it was before, right? I can also open a different one and it will show me the same. For example, if I open this one, it is a new image, right? So that's how with one click you can replace the image across. And that's very helpful. For example, I use a certain icon, right, for my website or for my images or the logo. Let's say you tweak the logo a little bit, you tweak the colors a little bit, but you have used this in so many different templates and styles and files across your Canva account that finding all of them and replacing one by one, can you imagine the amount of time it can take you? So if you just replace, create the new image and just to replace across all designs, it will just get replaced like that. That's super fantastic, right? And it saves, again, because the main point is to save time. It saves a ton of time. Okay, now we go to the next one, which is my next favorite feature, which is save a PNG with transparent background. This is so helpful because even like recently I was doing some designs where I just created the design. So like I launched a course recently, for example, and it's called a creative Canva creative effects mastery, because it will help you, again, similar to this video. In this course, I show how to use 44 different apps, and I will keep adding more apps as I go along to, to make your designs quicker, faster, and even better. So how you can design really unique content and visuals. And like that, because I'm all picked about saving time and doing things fast. So, and Canva apps is like a sea of huge ocean of possibilities, which we don't even explore. So in my course, I talk about how you can use the Canva apps, like about 44 of them right now, out of 500 something, to create pro designs. I was creating some content for that recently, some mock-ups and some social media posts. So I want to, download some of them as PNGs without the background. So for example, I have this, which is one of my main course mock-ups, and I want to download this, but I don't want the white background. So I'm just going to click on this and share, download, PNG, transparent background. And of course, I just want my current page, right? Now imagine if I did not have the transparent background, because a Canva design always comes with a canvas. It's either black or white, or it has some color in the background. So if you don't have, then how are you going to download this? So again, then you would have to download it with the white background, upload it, and then do background removal, for which also you need Canva Pro. So it is super easy to download, and especially if you have like logos or something, like small bits of images, and you don't want the background, you just want the graphic, so that you can put it anywhere. Like I have my icon I showed you recently earlier in the video. It is super helpful, because if you can't do that, then just think about it. How are you going to how are you going to get your images without the background? How are you going to create that? Are you going to go to Photoshop, which is also a paid tool? You'll have to find other elements or other software, which I honestly don't know about. So yeah, so this is super, super helpful for me, downloading the PNG as a transparent background. The last one that I want to share, which is like a very cool feature that I like, is Magic Animate. Now, of course, you can animate different objects in your file, in your page, by clicking on Animate, and you can use all of this. And in Canva free version, also, you have a lot of different animations that you can use. But Magic Animate lets you animate all the features, all the tools, all the elements on your page. Now, imagine this is a New Year card, and wouldn't it be so cool if it was a GIF instead of just a flat image? So let's say you want to send this by email to your clients and customers, or to just your personal contacts as well, and you want to make it a GIF. But how are you going to make it a GIF? Let's say you want this to be animated, this to be animated, this to be animated, this to be animated. Boy, that takes time, right? Instead, what you do is you click on Animate, and then you go to page level animation, and you go to Magic Animate. It instantly animates all pages in a style of your choice. So you can click on Animate, and then you can choose between all of these. So you have Playful, and it just loads. It's a 5-second of video. And it can be totally converted into a GIF and sent to people. Or you can do Bold, Elegant, Energetic, which is kind of cool if it's a new year. Professional, that's a little bit more straightforward. Handmade, oh, this one is really nice. It just takes a little bit time, but it's still super cool. The digital, grunge, not what I'm looking for. Minimal. Okay, I'm gonna go with handmade, because I think this is really cool for a Happy New Year GIF. I'm gonna play it now, and that's it. You can just take this and attach it to your newsletter, and you go, right? But imagine if you had to create all of this one by one. First of all, you have to not just animate each of them in silo, but you also have to combine them and see which one works best, right? Which one is the perfect one for, which animation goes with this one goes with this one, then the order of it. Should this one come first? Should that one come first? You could spend an hour more on this thing. And here you just click a button. That's why I like it so much. Saves me so much time. So I covered like 9 features that I really, really like in Canva Pro, and that honestly saves me like hours, like dozens of hours. And as I said in the title of this video, ton of frustration. But there are other elements that I use of Canva Pro a lot, and that also saves me time, which is, and it's helpful to have, which is premium elements. Like if I show you Canva Pro, right, the Canva free version right now, and I just say, man, arms crossed, and you see, go to photos, and you see most of them are Canva Pro. Like, honestly, this is Canva Pro right here. Look at that. Anyone with the one that is not, doesn't have a background, this one doesn't look so great. This one doesn't even have a face, right? This one maybe. But you have so many options when you have Canva Pro that you don't have to look at Unsplash and Pixels and all of these. Those are also integrated in Canva, by the way. You can find Unsplash and Pixels image right from Canva. You don't have to leave the dashboard. Super cool. So premium, premium elements like stock photos, graphics. If I look at graphics, for example, right? So much of these are Canva Pro, and the ones that are free are not the ones that I really want to use. Like a simple graphic like that is also Canva Pro. Yes, you can use, but imagine like if you're paying for Canva Pro, you save so much frustration, so much time hunting for images, looking for, the cool the way to get your images exactly right, to get the features, the effects that you want exactly right. So the elements, the stock images, the graphics, the templates, these also save me a lot of time. I don't want to say that it's not possible with Canva Free. It is, but it does save a lot of time if you just directly have the Canva Pro feature, and you can use whatever images and whatever templates you want. The other thing that is helpful is, of course, the cloud storage, because if you create a lot of videos, for example, in Canva Free, you have 5 GB, and in Canva Pro, you have 1 terabyte. So you can create all of these images and save them right on Canva. You don't even have to download it, and they stay forever. Right. So that also saves me a lot of time, because I don't have to get them out, download it, so I can clear space in my Canva account where I can create more videos or more animations. I can just save them all in Canva directly, and I don't have to worry. Like recently, I also got Google Drive 1 terabyte, because I have so many heavy files. Every time I create a YouTube video, and then it just takes so much space that I need the backup. So I need the 1 terabyte space. Maybe not you, but I definitely need it. And that definitely helps me because I use Canva Pro. And the last one is DreamLab. Now, DreamLab is one of the newest features of Canva Pro, and talking about December 2024. So definitely go ahead and give it a try. You can generate so many awesome kind of images, and perfect ones. I'm going to give you a sneak peek here. My Canva account. So it can be accessed from the homepage. And I've created, this is, I was trying to get some content for my course material. And then you can, I did also something like that. It just creates all of this from scratch. I just have to put a very detailed prompt, and then it goes and creates it, and then I can edit it and I can apply it the way I want, right? Before also, and I did tutorial on this on the Canva DreamLab, so you should definitely check that out. And here again, so many I have designed from here, and these are just photographs I've created and collections of icons that I did. Again, there's a separate link for the DreamLab tutorial where I did all my experiments. You can just check them out. But yeah, so that is definitely something that is going to save me a lot of time going forward, because the earlier prompts like Magic Media and Magic Design, and they were okay, but DreamLab takes it to a completely different level. So that is something that is going to help me as well. So I have 9 core features that are saving me a lot of time, and these 4 additional ones that do save me a lot of time, in an indirect way. And the DreamLab is again more for the future. I will keep doing more experiments, and I will share them with you. But meanwhile, do check out that video on DreamLabs. And yes, if you want to know more about how to use Canva apps, I kind of mentioned that earlier in the video, and how to use apps to create more professional, unique, and stand out and scroll stopping content, definitely check out my course. I would love for you to, tell me whether you liked it, and whether, what feedback you have, and how I can improve it further. And that was it. That was my rundown on the features that I love the most, how it helps me, and how it can potentially help you. If you like this video, do give it a thumbs up. And yes, don't forget to check out my DreamLab tutorial. I am definitely sure that it will help you.